At the Torkham border crossing in eastern Afghanistan, refugees return home after years, sometimes decades, of living in exile in Pakistan. They journey to temporary camps scattered around the country where the United Nations provides food, medicine, and a little money. They then try to go back to the homes they left long ago. Since the fall of the Taliban in 2001, more than 5 million people have followed this path. But nearly 1/5 of them are still searching for a permanent home, living in temporary camps where they hope to survive another harsh winter.
My
children collected these pieces of bread by begging. We do not have wheat flour nor bread. We do not have anything.
Afghanistan's worsening violence and strains on the economy have slowed the pace of return. About 1.2 million Afghans returned home in the year after the Taliban fell. This year, 280,000 returnees are expected. This camp north of the capital is filled with families who received government housing 2 years ago. But after years of living in radically different environments in exile, refugees like Zamare say they cannot survive here.
We do not have coal for heating. Brother, we do not have anything. Living conditions at the government housing were really difficult. It was cold, and there were no job opportunities.
United Nations officials and representatives from the United States, Pakistan, and Iran pledged this week to strengthen efforts to reintegrate the millions of Afghans still displaced or living in exile. United Nations Refugee Agency Chief Antonio Guterres says the new arrivals are facing even greater difficulties than the ones who came before.
The profile and demography of the refugee population in countries of asylum has changed. The majority now live in cities. Half have been born outside their parents' homelands. And return to a remote village and an unknown way of life is unlikely for the younger generation.
This week, officials from Iran and Pakistan pledged not to forcibly repatriate Afghan refugees and to continue to allow them to return home voluntarily. For those Afghans who have returned to their country but still lack a home, there are great expectations on the government. All they want, they say, is for the government to provide them with a house in a settled area and an opportunity to work. Barry Newhouse, VOA News, Kabul.